I only have a few bugs to cover, and then a few little spoiler things. I'm not gonna like spoil big fights or anything like that, but some stuff that I've learned from beating the entirety of the game except for like 5 quests in the last 2 days. So, again, in the future, skip 15 minutes ahead. If you're here now and you don't want spoilers, then I suggest maybe making a trip back in like 5 to 15 minutes. But we're gonna get into it. I'm giving enough of a warning right now, so okay. I have made outfits on my character for the one that I beat the game with. Every single outfit, doesn't matter what he's wearing. I even made a metalhead outfit with the panda helmet. He has 100% resistance to everything in the game. So it doesn't matter what I roam around as, he has 100% resistance to everything in the game. And that's partly due to his armor. I have had 100% resistance since like maybe not even halfway through the game. I've had an outfit capable of 100% resistance through pretty much everything. So anyone complaining about outfits in this game, because I know there's been posts on Google that people complain about outfits looking like they want to, don't worry about it. Beat the game, get to the end game, max out your character's resistances, and then worry about maxing out your dead zone resistance, which is the hypoxia zone, and then don't care about it. I mean, look at my character. I mean, I got a bunch of different outfits. This one you can't really tell what his shirt is, but it's prosthetic arms that give like 75 resistance, or 75 armor or whatever, and nothing else. Like, don't worry about it until you get into the post-game stuff, or late-game stuff. It's not post-game, but late-game stuff. Spoiler, there is no post-game to this game. But, yeah, don't worry about outfits until you get to the end game. Don't worry about looking like a fool until you get to the end game. You know, worry about maxing out your stats, and then worry about working around what stats aren't maxed with your outfit until you can actually create an outfit that works. The crafting system, in my honest opinion, needs a little bit of work. This game, a lot of things use rubber, and yes, I have a giant toothbrush. A lot of things in this game use rubber, and there's not a lot of rubber in the game. I'm not gonna lie right now, there's not a lot of rubber in the game. I ran out of rubber like 50 different times going around doing stuff. I have a bunch of melee weapons that I don't use and stuff too, but like these are my maxed out guns, and I even have this thing that I don't know what it was doing when I created it, but it's some kind of random ass ray gun pistol. By the way, if you ever get anything that says saw blades, delete it. I have to go back and try and find a different base for this gun, because saw blades is the most stupid thing to have on a gun ever. I used it one time and I wanted to scream. So, if you get saw blades as the little perk down there in the right corner, get rid of it immediately. Find a different version of it to use for your creation. I also have my little paint gun, basically. It's literally like a spray paint gun that I made for this pistol. And then I have the base gun of the game too. But yeah. Okay. Consumable wise, these things, unless you're fighting the Sizzle Puff, or whatever the thing is called, the Bling Sizzle Puff, or whatever it's called, that's at the Bricktown Vault, unless you're fighting that at level 4 or 6 or whatever, sell these. Sell them all. Because after you get past that Bling Sizzle Puff, they are useless. No matter what gun you have, you should have a better gun than what these things can provide you for damage as soon as you're past that and into the next Myriad Fort. You can buy something, you can craft something, anything, as long as you can get yourself an AR. Even if it does a little bit less damage than what this thing says, it's still better than these. Okay. Quest item wise, I'd have 2 different quest items, but I think these ones I can specifically get rid of. No, I can't. Okay. Sad, but that's how it is. This character has already gone back and gotten the Bricktown key and the Sizzle Fluff poo from killing the thing. I haven't broken down materials and stuff that I picked up last night because I was playing this till 4 in the morning again, so my inventory is a little sloppy. These are parts of different guns that I took apart and stuff from my previous, thing. Okay. Before I get into that too, this game has a New Game Plus system in it. It's another spoiler, but this game has a New Game Plus system in it. If you look at my map is kind of messed up. I'm not gonna lie. My map is kind of messed up right now. And I'm fighting the Btw tribe first. No one else. Just the Btw tribe first. I'm all the way over here because I wanted fast travel markers. New Game Plus in this game, I totally agree with how it starts you, but goddamn is it difficult. Say you did New Game and you weren't the level that I was, it'd be a little difficult because you start at the Tree of Life. You start at the Tree of Life. The only thing that you have fast travel access to is the Tree of Life. Everything else is Fog of War map. You can't see a damn thing. The only quest you have is to go find one of the tribe forts and start from there. Since this is a New Game Plus, I decided to go all the way over to the Dead Zone since I have 100% resistance to everything. And I chose to side with Enkadi this time around to see what's different about siding with a different ally of the light instead of Myriad. Things about the journal I can't point out right now, but there are 5 different quests that I've realized have glitches. Some of them are completion glitches. There is a glitch that I ran into with the bandit camps in the game. I completed all 11, and for some reason it glitched out and said I never beat Anko's camp, even though Anko's camp was like one of the first 2 camps that I did. There's the Back to the Roots quest that you get after you're beating your first giant World Eater monster. I did all 4 of them. It glitched, stuck on the progress of 3 of 4 done. There was another one, I think it was Sludge Trucks. It was like a side quest that I picked up in a town. The second sludge truck would not complete itself, even though I did it. I had a permanent quest marker on my map. What else? There's another quest you get at a village called the Lotus Captain. You can get this quest more than 1 time, which bothers me because the second time around, the guy doesn't spawn, so you just have a permanent glitched out quest marker on your map. So either they need to fix it and have a different Lotus Captain spawn in for the second quest, or they need to make it so the game doesn't give you the quest twice. If you end up with this, then you're just, with any of these problems, then you're just stuck with those quest markers. You've completed the quest, but you won't get the quest reward. You'll be stuck with these quest markers in your journal and on your map forever. The 5th one, which we are going to science at the beginning of today, if I scroll over here, I can't see it on my map right now, but considering I know where it was, there's a radioactive suit right about there. There's a robot you have to fight, then there's the bunker that you go in to get the radioactive suit. Do not go here without activating the ping dish. I can't stress that enough. Don't go here without activating the ping dish. We're about to science that today, because I went here without activating the ping dish first. I killed the robot, and the door remained locked for the entirety of the game. I was never able to get the radioactive suit. Never. I couldn't get the door to open. The door was glitched permanently. I couldn't get it open at all. I even went back and triggered the ping dish after the fact of finding the vault, but the quest was glitched out. It progressed saying that I had access to the vault when I didn't. Don't go to any of the locations for the zone suits unless you've hit the ping dish first. And don't go to a ping dish unless you have the quest for the ping dish. Otherwise, it won't let you use the ping dish. A lot of ping dishes in that sentence, but follow what I said. Don't do any zone suits unless you have the quest for them, which, by the way, you have to go to your journal when you get a ping dish quest and click on it to make it show up on your map. Otherwise, it won't show up. But basically, we're going to start by sciencing that today. So when this goes up on YouTube as like a spoiler video and glitch video or whatever, if you want to see if the science worked, you'll have to scan through the playthrough and eventually find it. Okay, some other things that I've noticed real quick so we can actually get into the playing for today. They don't put a cap on things. They just don't. I think the only thing that has a cap is 100% resistance, and your character, I think, maxes out at level 50. I would assume, considering I'm level 50, I've maxed out my experience bar past the 12,700 that it wanted me to, and I didn't hit level 51. Level 50 is the cap. And yes, I made my character a saboteur. I like the perk set, everything like that. I also made my character a different race than we have for the stream character, and I probably should have made our stream character this race too, considering we're playing a Psy Freak. There are a lot less squishy than the character that we used, but I will. It's more of a challenge for us, and we'll get through it anyway. As far as Wung Fu goes, pretty useless. As far as these, there's a trophy for maxing out all of them. Technically, these three they give you for free when you get them. They're already maxed out. So you want to focus on Unarmed through Crush. I have them all maxed out right now. Considering you need 3 for each of these to max them out, you need a total of 15 perk points for this. And then ranged combat, you need, I think, 3, 4, 3, 3, and 3. There's a lot of tribe weapons in the ranged weapons. So you need 16 for ranged combat, 15 for close combat. I did not max out my guns. I maxed out the dual wield guns and the guns, but as you can see in my rifles, I don't have it done. I've been playing the game for over a day's worth of time, and I don't have these things maxed out because I didn't focus on them. Perk-wise, the only perk I'm missing out of perks and class perks is Wung Fu Barrage. Here's something I'm going to explain that makes the very first class in the game that you can choose worthless. You get Perfect Reload as a regular skill in this game. You don't need to choose the class that gives it to you. I mean, if you want it early, then go right ahead and waste your free class skill on Perfect Reload. I mentioned Perfect Reload the other day. It's not like the internet said. This skill procs dependent on you. It's not a randomized skill. It's not a skill that procs only half the time. This skill is proc dependent on you paying attention to your clip reload. And I'll show that when I'm done with things before we go to the next character. If you're using guns like I am and you're using the AR, I recommend aiming for Gunsmith really fast. I think the earliest you can get is level 15. I recommend Adrenaline, Technician, Trigger Tech, and Clip Tech being your focus for the first few perks that you get, other than the like level 1 perks up through Luck Out through Mount Mania over here, because they help out a bit. Aura. This game does not have a cap on aura, at least not that I've seen. I don't know what the point of the aura is anymore, because most choices max out at 30 aura. I mean, your size skills, you only need 30 aura to get the maximum level size skills in the game. I have 160 dark aura because I played a purely dark aura based first playthrough. Other than like the last option of the game where I got an aura choice, I chose the light aura. It gave me 5 light aura. But other than that, I walked away with 160 dark aura and 5 light aura, and that's without doing, I think, 3 or 4 quests that give me aura. Otherwise, it would have been like 166 and 5 or something like that. But either way, What's the point of aura after 30? I don't even think the game gives you dialogue for these two after you hit 30 or the initial 30 that you're supposed to hit for aura. You know, I don't understand why the game didn't put a cap on it. Maybe it's because of the New Game Plus aspect, like I said. But there's no new skills that I've seen. There's nothing to use all of this aura with. You're just either a dick or you're a decent human being. After 30 aura, it's up to you how you play the game. Because 30 aura is all you need for the skills. I guess if you have 30 and 30, you're balanced. So going over 30 makes sense if you want to have a dark or light specific outcome. But that's besides the point. Lastly, I want to hit the mutation stuff. I still have some mutation skills to get. And that's purely because I focused on upgrading my resistances to the max. My character naturally has 100% resistance to everything. I started this character with 25 resistance to heat because of all the fire users in the game. I gotta say right now, even if you have 99 resistance or 96 resistance to an area, you're pretty damn set in the area. It's gonna take it a good 2 to 5 minutes to get to like 50 to 75% where you're gonna take damage from the area. So if you're out of there, or go reset the cooldown on the amount of the area that you've heated up or cooled off or taken radiation, whatever. Radiation takes a little while to go away. But you get the gist. As long as you're really high on the resistance scale, you're not going to have too much problem in a biome area. 100% resistance to everything like I have on all my outfits took a lot of work. Some of them can even lose parts of the equipment and still have 100% resistance to literally everything. Like, it's not something I have to worry about anymore with this character. And he's been this way since about level 25 to 30. I've had at least one outfit with 100% resistance to everything. I got rid of it in the end, but I didn't have a reason to hold on to it at this point. The other thing I want to hit real quick before I show off Perfect Reload and why people are confused about it, and then get to our other character, is psi powers. I do not, for the life of me, understand what the point of psi points are in this game anymore. Keeping in mind, for the majority of my playthrough, if not all of it, because I just got freeze during this New Game Plus, because it takes 10 light aura to get freeze. So basically, I was missing freeze, levitate, and key spark on my initial playthrough. That is a total of 36 or 32 psi points. Okay? 16 for key spark, 10 for levitate, 6 for freeze. That's it. 32 psi points. Honestly, I'm hoping they did something in their brains when they designed this game, and after you spend all of the psi points, like after I get these two skills, any more remaining psi points go towards boosting my intelligence stat. Because there's no other spells in the game. I'm on New Game Plus and there's no new spells added to the game. On top of that, if you play the game as a psi freak, you don't get Sizzle Ball. So that's 4 psi points that you don't need in its entirety already. I was halfway through the game, maybe level 20, and I had all the way through Sky Spark before level 20. So, and not even 10 levels later, I found enough psi points to get the rest of the skills. I just didn't have Light Aura because I was doing a dark playthrough. Yet I continued to find psi points over and over and over again. And now in a New Game Plus, all of the psi point statues are regenerated and you can pray to them again. Why? I have no fucking clue. I have no clue at all. I don't know what to say to you, Biomutant developers. Maybe you're planning on a DLC that uses a lot of psi points. Maybe it's like I said, you guys used your brains. After you use all the psi points you need to for skills, it just goes towards your character's intelligence stat. I don't know. I really don't. But to me, this seems like a flaw to not put a cap on the psi points, to refresh the psi towers, unless there's a plan behind it. If it ends up being the stat point thing, I'll let you guys know when I find out. If it doesn't, then I hope Biomutant developers that you had a plan for this, because otherwise I'm going to sit here collecting umpteen thousand psi points, umpteen thousand dark aura, and there's not going to be a cap to any of it, or a reason for any of it. As far as bio points go in this game, don't worry about it. Just hit a bio area, and if you clear an entire bio area, you walk away with like 26 bio points. I only cleared two different bio areas on my first playthrough. And I'm missing these 3 skills, and I have all my resistances maxed out. So bio points are another thing that are going to be like plentiful to the point where there's no point to them. And I hope they had a plan for it. I really do. Character-wise, I built myself on the fact that I started with 100 intelligence. I was going to get to 200 luck, but the level cap sat at level 50. So, there are things in this game that boost your agility. There are things in this game that boost your strength. There are things in this game that boost your vitality. You get 30 points of each in this for the things around the map that boost your stats. These also refresh on a New Game Plus. So, my advice is, if you can just spam New Game Pluses over and over again, focus on intelligence, a decent amount of vitality to get you through the game. But other than that, focus on charisma and luck alongside your intelligence, because there's nothing around the map to boost those that I've seen. There just isn't. There might be, and I might just be losing my damn mind. But I never saw anything. Okay, so now I'm going to show off that skill that has been confusing the shit out of everybody on the internet. And it's called Perfect Reload. If you remember, the first class that you have the option to use in the game gets this skill. Right there, you're going to see I fired my clip down to 3 bullets. There was an R1 proc on my screen. If I hit R1, when that proc is a thing, instant reload. And as you can see, all my bullets were shiny there for a second. Every single bullet out of the 66 and then some in my clip are boosted damage. Also, it instantly reloaded my clip. I didn't have to wait for anything. So, I'm going to show you again. You can unload your entire clip down to those last few bullets. As soon as the bullets start to turn red, it's going to give you the proc. You click it, you get boosted damage bullets, and an instant reload. That's how this skill works. People were saying that it doesn't proc all the time. It's because it's based on the person proccing it themselves. That's literally the only problem they were coming across when they did that skill. You have to proc it. Yes, it says that you get an instant reload. Yes, it says that you get boosted damage. But it's not instantaneous. It's reliant on you. It's also not proc reliant on a random based number generator. It's reliant on you. Also, the fact that you get this skill naturally with any character in the game makes that first class either need an updated skill from Biomutant, or you don't need to use that class unless you feel like wasting your first free skill on a class based, bias. So, now that I've done all that too. Oh, the game's count is either off or the quest got programmed wrong. It says that there's 23 of these guys to rescue, but there's actually 24. I believe it's 24. It might be 25. Because the quest says 23, but every single bandit camp has one of these guys. So, I don't know. The thing I've realized, though, is even if you're choosing Myriad, where the option is either to put them in jail or let them join you, I've already heard this dialogue before. Oh. It's not letting me. Okay, so I guess that's because I have light aura. There's something I should point out right here on this menu of options. Like, you see, we can put them in the lock and key at the fort, which is putting him in jail, or you can let him join us. My Dark Aura playthrough, I had a third option with the up button, which was to kill them. I was paired with Myriad for that playthrough, for the Dark Aura, but I had a third option to kill them on my Dark Aura playthrough with Myriad. The only reason I had the kill them option was probably during the fights. If I didn't fight them, I probably wouldn't have had that option. It would have just been a regular capture scene. But clearly, if you're using Light Aura for your playthrough instead of Dark Aura, you don't get the option to kill them. Even, you know, if you choose Myriad, you don't get the option to kill them. But Dark Aura wise, there's a third option with the up button. I thought I should point that out since it's something I noticed. Even the Myriad tribe, you can get the option to kill the enemy.